Welcome to this video. Today what I'm doing is making the most of this amazing weather. So we're in autumn, in October, here in France, and it's such a beautiful day that I just wanted to bring my practice outside to connect into the earth, connect into nature. And that is what in fact healing yoga is all about. When we talk about healing yoga, especially when we look at the benefits of healing yoga is about really finding unity. In fact, all yoga is, it's finding that unity between mind, body and spirit. But when we place this emphasis on healing, what we're wanting to do is really bring ourselves back into unity of nature, into understanding that we aren't separate. We are intricately linked with the environment. In fact, the external environment that we spend our time in is just a reflection of what's going on inside our body. So if we're very stressed, we just need to look at what we're doing externally. That gives a good indication. The same with the activities that we participate in. So I can feel the sun on me. I've got this beautiful grass beneath me, Mother Earth beneath me. And I really want to bring absolutely our practice together in that concept that the air that we breathe, the food that we eat, the activities that we participate in, the choices that we make with our environment, our life, is really this intricate connection between the energy life force around us and within us. We're all coming from that same universal energy. So our healing yoga practice is about really connecting with that. So being able to come outside is just such a wonderful opportunity to feel the heat of the sun, to just breathe this beautiful air and this wonderful area of France, and just to spend a few moments connecting with the earth, connecting with our surroundings. So we're probably going to hear maybe some dogs barking, maybe some tractors going past. But that is the environment, and we're just going to connect with that. And first of all, I want us to close our eyes. Just really feeling the wonderful breath that flows through our body. And as we inhale, surrounded by this beautiful nature, breathing in the oxygen. Breathing in through our nose and just enjoying connecting with the breath. Just finding your rhythm, the rhythm of the breath that is smooth and slow. Noticing how the body feels when you do just that, when you slow your breathing down. When you become connected with the breath, when you notice the breath. What happens when you relax the shoulders? You bring a smile to your face and soften all the muscles around the eyes, the jaw. I'm going to take the opportunity to bring my hands down to the earth. Just connecting down with the earth. Everything has energy, everything is vibrating, and Earth's energy is at a level that is similar to ours when we're in meditation or when we're in this awareness, this controlled, conscious awareness of our breath. When we're in stress, our energy vibrates at a different level. And so let us remember the concept of healing with nature, merging with nature. Bring myself back up into a seated position, relaxing my hands on my knees, and just really taking the time to connect with the body. So wherever you are, wherever you're doing your practice, whatever time of the day, just notice the body. Notice whether you have any tightness around the shoulders. Can we relax those down? Maybe just few circles of the shoulders, relaxing them down, freeing up any tension. As we breathe in, can we find movement around the ribs, the diaphragm, the belly? Taking nice deep inhales, expanding the belly. And as we exhale, just allow the belly to drop back. Just lifting that diaphragm, allowing the beautiful inhale and exhale to work in harmony with the respiratory muscles. Let us now think about bringing a little bit of movement in harmony with that breath. So let's do a few seated cat-cows. Just finding some space with each inhale and each exhale as we find that space, that movement, that freedom. What does it feel like to you to start moving the muscles of the back, the neck, the shoulders, the ribs? Think about the activities that you've been doing over the last few hours or days or weeks. How much time have you spent seated? How much time in restricted movement? So with healing yoga, what we're aiming to do is to bring our range of movement back into its natural range of movement. At the same time, allowing the blood to be saturated with the beautiful oxygen, connecting with our pranic energy, allowing each and every cell to benefit from the slow connected breath. Allow the movement to create that pulse with the lymphatic fluid in the body to cleanse, clear away any stagnation, tightness. Let's just do a few more rounds, really enjoying each movement, either in inhale or exhale. And then bring the body back into alignment, thinking about that spine, vertebrae on top of vertebrae, and the discs beautifully and evenly placed. Let's bring our hands into Namaste and do a few rounds of circle of breath. Taking a nice deep inhale as we lift up towards the sky. And then a nice exhale coming out, bringing our arms to shoulder height. Resting there as we take another inhale. And then bringing our hands back together into Namaste. Let's do two more. Just resting your hands back onto your knees. Once again, connecting with the breath. And hopefully now just starting to feel a little bit more connected with the body. Just a little bit more aware of where the breath moves the body. As we expand and release. Becoming a little bit more connected with the needs of the body. Noticing tightness. Let us take that a little bit further as we just rock forward into a cat-cow position. So first of all, coming into your tabletop position and soft with the hands, checking to make sure that it's comfortable around the knees and the wrists. Just finding a little bit of activation around the abdominal muscles, pelvic floor muscles, as we create a nice solid foundation for our movement. And then just gently moving slowly, and small movements at first, just working through this lovely range of movement through the spine. Enjoying once again that wonderful fluid activation of the spine. Working on an inhale or an exhale with each movement. Just enjoying the breath. And then let's send the bottom back towards the heels and maybe opening up the knees just a little bit to get that lovely deep stretch. So we're not into our full child's pose, but just allowing that lovely stretch to the spine. Feeling, for me, I can really feel it around the middle back, the thoracic spine. So maybe I have a little bit of tightness there. Maybe I need to bring a little bit more awareness in my activities of what I'm doing at the moment. Let us release that. And then we're going to come up into a downward facing dog. So again, just nice and gentle first of all. Don't worry about getting heels down. Think more about finding some freedom in the body. And let's just pace our dog out. Just walk the dog, just gently finding that nice fluid movement through the hips, into the back, through the shoulders. Maybe just give yourself a nice stretch. Just feel what's intuitively right through the body. Let's come across into a plank, find some strength. Remember, it is important to include our strength work in a healing practice, in any practice, but we need to create some strength for protecting this amazing body. As we come back up into a downward facing dog, let's find that lovely stretch through the back of the body. Again, feeling into the position around the ankles, the Achilles, around the shoulders. What does it feel like for you today? And then we're going to come back into plank, nice and strong again, drawing up through the abdominal muscles, finding some strength through the body. And then bringing the knees back down again, taking the knees a little bit wider this time, and once again sending the tailbone back. So you're getting that lovely stretch. So we're not into that full child pose, the head's not come down. It's getting this lovely stretch through the shoulders, through the back. And just enjoying that movement. Let us release, coming back into our tabletop position. And then we're going to just walk our hands back towards the knees, coming into a kneeling position and finding a little bit of freedom around the shoulders. Let me turn around so I face you. Coming into this kneeling position, and we're going to move through the shoulders, lifting up. Take some nice deep inhales and then flowing back. But as we flow back, we're going to curl the abdominal muscles back. And then lifting up towards the sky. And as we come back, curling the abdominal muscles back. Lifting once again up. Really enjoying that stretch. And back again into the belly. And release. Let's come up to a kneeling position. Let me come on sideways just so you can see the position. We're going to start moving the shoulder joint as we lift up through the center, and just turning round and just tapping onto that back heel, bringing the arm back up to center. We work on the other side, turning round, just tapping onto that back heel and up. Working with the breath. Remember, breath enhanced movements. Lifting up, activating through pelvic floor muscles, the lower abdominal muscles, and then sitting back, curling back down, hands out in front, tuck those toes under, into your downward facing dog. And this time let us find a little stability in our downward facing dog as we find that length through the body. Lovely stretch through the back of the body. Just enjoying the breath. A little bit of strength work here. And then coming across once again to your plank, drawing up through the pelvic floor muscles, through the abdominal muscles, and find that lovely strong position. Taking a nice deep inhale, allowing the activation through the respiratory muscles, then bringing the knees down, and that, once again, that child pose variation as the tailbone comes back. This time look out in front of you. I can see all the little cobwebs on the grass out in front of me. And release, rounding back up, tucking those toes under. And here we're now going to come up to a standing position. So we're just do this nice and controlled. We're going to walk one foot at a time, just finding the hamstrings coming in, finding that lovely length through the back of the body. And again, one more in through the hamstrings, and then walk our hands. And let's have a nice bent leg forward fold here. So just softening the knees as we come forward, folding the arms over, dropping the head down, and just enjoying maybe a little sway into your forward fold if your back feels free enough today. And then just gently release, coming up vertebrae by vertebrae, rounding all the way up, coming up to a standing position. And then I'm going to come off my mat and just enjoy my Tadasana, really grounding into the earth. Just closing your eyes, rounding the shoulders, just enjoying the effects of those movements that we've done. To close our eyes, let us feel the power of standing in Tadasana as I have my feet touching down, grounding into the earth. It really allows me to have that deeper connection with the earth energy, thinking about all the frequencies around me, those energetic frequencies. Am I starting to feel that merge, that connection? Just taking some nice deep breaths. And then bringing our hands back into Namaste. Let us do a few rounds of some standing postures. So let us come to the top of the mat, and we're going to just stand here for a moment, finding our foundation here. And then let us take arms all the way up through the center line, lifting up, and then let's flow the body over, coming down once again into the bent knees, just keeping nice and soft in that lower back. Enjoying a very easy forward fold, and then let's step the right leg back into a lunge, nice long lunge as we flow the body up through the center into a long lunge here, nice high lunge. Let's lifting up through the spine, enjoying the length through the back of the leg, a little bit lower maybe, just allowing an opening around the hip joint. Now let's kind of take the arms into a wide circle, allowing those shoulder joints to work into their range of movement, scooping the arms through. And let's do that 3 times as we lift up, finding length, opening up, rounding the arms, coming back again. Lifting up, opening the arms. And then we're going to bring our hands back into Namaste, plant that back foot down and flow into our Virabhadrasana 2. Just finding that nice long length through the body. Let us stand here for a moment and enjoy the power of Virabhadrasana 2. Feeling the warmth as we bring some strength into the thighs. Remember, as I said earlier, healing also means that we need to bring strength to the body. Let us release our hands back into that crescent lunge, scooping the body down to the earth, stepping back into your downward facing dog. Enjoying your downward facing dog here. Let's come across into plank, nice and strong through the abdominals, lifting up through the pelvic floor and dropping the knees down and coming into that child pose variation, looking out in front and then releasing, coming back up into downward facing dog. And once again, let's walk our hands and feet together, just slowly with our feet first of all. Little movements, and then walking our hands into a nice soft forward fold, allowing the knees to bend. Let's take our hands and just rocking from side to side, enjoying that freedom through the spine. Gently unfold. Coming back to the top of the mat. Grounding once again, bring your hands into Namaste, taking the opportunity to feel the effects just of that side. Just enjoying that sun on my face. And grounding down into the earth. And then we're going to bring our hands up towards the ceiling. Up towards the ceiling, up towards the sky. Back down again as we step back into our long lunge. A nice high lunge on the other side. Taking some nice deep breaths. Not so much deep, but just this slow, full breath into the body. Enjoying that lovely stretch through the back of the leg here. Just enjoying. Let's have those 3 rounds of working into the shoulder joint, allowing the shoulder joint into its full range of movement, all the way round, back into Namaste, up through the center, opening up, really finding those pectoral muscles through the front of the chest as well. Taking all the tension out of those shoulders and neck muscles as we scoop the arms around, back into Namaste. And then let us take the arms up and flow into our warrior 2 on the other side. Working through, finding that lovely long line through the body. Relaxing shoulders and just allowing the strength of the warrior. Imagine being out on top of a mountain, looking out to the sea maybe, as you look out through that front arm. Let us bring our hands back together. Scoot that foot back round again, down onto the mat, stepping your foot back into your downward facing dog once again. Starting to really enjoy the opening through the back of the body, across into plank. Again, finding that strength, finding that energy through the body, connecting with the breath. And then taking the knees out, once again into that child pose variation as you look out in front, finding that stretch through the body. And then curling back up again, bringing the knees together, back on into your kneeling position. And let's take a few moments here into our kneeling position. And just closing our eyes, enjoying the effects of those few rounds of standing position, going from high lunge to Virabhadrasana 2. Just enjoying that breath. Wherever you are, whether you're at home, in the garden, outside, just enjoying this moment where you're connecting back with the body. How do those shoulders feel? Do we need to just check in, relax them a little bit more? And let's come back into tabletop. Here we're going to come into our downward facing dog. Once again, finding the length through the back of the body. Let's take our right leg up towards the sky for me. And we're going to turn to look underneath the arm. And as we do that, find that opening through the hip. And can we then bring it back into a neutral position, much, much lower, and then bring the leg through. And finding your pigeon pose, where we're going to move into holding a position that little bit longer. So I'm going to keep a nice neutral position with my knee, moving the back leg out, and I'm going to keep my spine neutral so I'm not twisted. And first of all, I'm just going to rest in a high pigeon here, just allowing that stretch to radiate, just softening the body, just allowing the body to come back into a softness, although finding a deepening in the stretch. So checking into the breath, that's what's important here. Keeping nice and high. Feel free to come down lower if you want, bring your arms down if that feels more comfortable for you. I'm just sitting here because I'd like to just play a little bit with that hip, this right hip, noticing a little bit more tightness recently in this right hip. So I'm just going to sit with that for a moment and see if I can find the root of where that tightness is stemming from. Just closing my eyes and noticing the breath, just enjoying that lovely stretch through the hip flexor and around the glutes. Just taking some nice deep breaths. Just rest here for a few rounds of soft, smooth breath. So when I refer to taking nice deep breaths, what I'm really talking about is not grabbing hold of the breath and bringing it into your body. It's this smooth, slow breath that feels like it's radiating around every part of your body. A connected breath. Let's have 2 more smooth, slow breaths here. And let us release, coming out of the position very slowly. We're going to tuck that back foot under, lifting back up using your core muscles, your pelvic floor muscles, coming back into that downward facing dog. Just let's have a little plank here as well, just to find that strength element as well. Really important as we're here, making sure we're not sinking between the shoulders, and really if we rock, feeling as though we've got that lovely core strength. And then back up into our downward facing dog. Now I've got a little ladybird just in front of me, so I'm just wait until that passes. One of the advantages of working outside, I don't want to get him squashed. And then let us lift the left leg up towards the ceiling. Remember, we opened the hips, looked round underneath our arm, finding that lovely long length, and then drawing back as though we were creating that balance as we do in our Virabhadrasana 3. The hips come into balance where we're internally sparring that hip down. And then we're going to bring the left leg through. Now I'm going to have to do this to bypass the little ladybird. There we go. Okay, and then back into, for me, I'm in a nice high pigeon pose, but again, feel free to come down into more of a sleeping pigeon if that's what you would like. And of course, feel free to use any bolsters and blocks underneath this hip that's coming down towards the ground. Don't allow the spine to twist. Keep that lovely alignment through the back of the body. Now I'm just going to have to move this little ladybird. Off you go. Off you go. Off you go. There, he's off. Perfect. Okay, and then just back into the breath again. Oh, he's flying back on my mat. Back into the breath again. Just enjoying this breath. I've got the advantage of my foot off the end of the mat, really connecting again down with the earth. And now I can bring my hands a little higher to bypass my little insect friend. Beautiful sun on the face. Just enjoying that sun's energy, earth energy. And once again, just playing with the position, playing with the tightness in your body. What does it feel like to let go? What does it feel like to fully let go? Yeah, let's have 2 more beautiful breaths again. That smooth, slow breath. And let us release. Again, nice and controlled, tuck that back foot under, using your core muscles and your abdominal muscles, coming back into a lovely downward facing dog. Finding that freedom in the body. Let us rest here for a few moments. And then coming through, let us walk our hands through and then gently coming down to the ground and into Dandasana. So Dandasana is a fantastic position for you to really get that lovely long strength and alignment through the back of the body. We're going to rest here for a few rounds of breath. So finding a comfortable position, making sure you're not using your arms to lift yourself up. Depending on the length of your arm to the length of your back, you might create more tension around the shoulders. So I'm just going to rest my hands lightly and find that lovely long line through the back of the body. Thinking about this beautiful spine. Remember, this is healing yoga. So when we think about our spine, we want to bring this beautiful awareness in, this spine perfectly placed. Vertebrae on top of vertebrae, discs healthy, plump. And all this amazing network of nerves radiating out from these energy centers up and down the spine. Let's breathe in, relaxing any tension around shoulders and neck. And rest here just for a few more rounds of breath, enjoying. Take the opportunity to come back into a stillness. Notice that the breath is starting to calm. Using the whole of the respiratory system. Such a pleasure to be outside at the end of October, enjoying the sounds of the birds. And let us come down onto our backs, gently coming down onto the mat. Drawing the knees up so your feet are firmly planted on the mat. We're just going to bring a little bit of awareness around our pelvic floor and our lower abdominal energy area, those first two chakra points, as we draw the muscles up and back, just lifting the hips ever so slightly, just this lovely little pelvic tilt. And this is really connecting into that Shakti energy, our divine feminine energy. Drawing up, activating, and then relaxing down and releasing. Let's do this for a few rounds. Really enjoying lifting up through the pelvic floor muscles, tilting the pelvis, finding an energetic movement around these two lower chakra points, energy centers, foundation, our security, our creative, our sexual energy, our feminine energy. And then let's draw the knees into the body, give them a nice hug. Extend those legs up towards the ceiling, taking the arms up towards the feet. And here we're just going to lift up and touch the toes. Just lifting up and touching the toes. You can do that 5 more times. Just curling very slow. 3 more times. And 2. 1 more time. And then release. Let's come into our bear cub position. Taking hold of the soles of our feet, bringing the knees down towards the floor. Just finding that lovely long length through the spine and relaxing into the position. Just being aware of our breath, the smoothness of the breath. And then just gently release the feet down to the ground. Again with the knees bent, just rocking a little bit from side to side. Just enjoying a gentle twist through the hips, through the lower back. Just rocking nice and slow. Remember, inhale as the legs come up and exhale as they fold over. Just enjoy once again linking with the breath. That lovely fluid movement. Let's have two more either side. And then bringing yourself down into Shavasana, finding a nice comfortable position, laying down, just relaxing down, breathing as you find your Shavasana, resting the body down into your mat, keeping your eyes closed. Just taking a few moments to scan over the body again, checking with the breath, just enjoying the breath. And as you rest in Shavasana, just allow the body to start to sink a little bit deeper into the mat, letting go of any tension, letting go of any tightness, and just feeling this wonderful gratitude for your amazing bodies with all the perfect imperfections. And remember, if we have tightness, it's something that we have done throughout the day before, the weeks, the months. So therefore we have the key to unfold that tightness. As we start to get to know the body that little bit more, the body is not a mystery. It needs movement. It needs smooth, connected breath. It needs to be able to find moments of stillness and calm. It needs strengthening. That 3-point is the foundation of healing yoga. Each movement in harmony with our pranic energy, our breath, our life force. Each movement allows us to get to know the body that little bit deeper. Each movement allows us to unfold tension and bring strength, range of movement back to the body. Feel free to rest just a little bit longer if you want in Shavasana. Enjoying this moment for yourself.